All right, so you're thinking about making a move to Phoenix, Arizona. Maybe you've gone through all the pros and cons. Maybe there's nothing too concerning to you. And maybe you're like, hey, bring on the heat, or how hot can it really be? Well, in this video, we're going to actually take you through that. We're going to give you my top 10 reasons why living in Phoenix kind of sucks during the summer. And my goal is not going to be to try to talk you out of wanting to be here, but I do want you to know a lot of these reasons because a lot of people might overlook them. And I want you to be prepared because there's a lot of things that maybe people don't think about. And if you're going to make the move, then you need to know these things so you can be prepared for them and kind of plan in advance, just so they don't mess up your whole summer while you're here. So we're going to get into that right now. If that's going to be helpful to you, then stay tuned. What's up, everybody? It's Greg Corbett with the AZ Lifestyle Group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. If this is your first time to this channel and you're looking to find out everything you need to know about what it's like living in and or moving to the Phoenix metro area, including all the things you have to deal with when it comes to the heat, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you can be notified whenever we post a new video. We are helping people from all over when it comes to finding the best places and neighborhoods to live here, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about making a move and you need any assistance whatsoever, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, however you want to get a hold of us. We got your back when it comes to moving to the Phoenix metro. All right, guys, so I wanted to put this list together for you. I think these things are important to know when you're looking to make the move here to Phoenix and when you're living in Phoenix when it comes to dealing with the summer heat. A lot of people might not think about these things when they're coming out here. A lot of people are going to tell you it's hot, which most people know. You're going to know that up front that it's hot out. But what are the other things that might be affected during the summer that you might not know about? Things that might cost you extra money. So we're going to go through those things, the things that are going to cost you a little more, maybe things that you're just going to not be prepared for before, understanding some of these things. So let's get into it. All right, number one reason on my list, let's get the easy one out of the way, and that is your utility costs. So when I'm talking utilities, obviously we're talking about your electric bill. Primarily, you're going to be running your air conditioner nonstop throughout the summer. So be prepared for that. Ours typically kind of doubles potentially during the summer months, especially during like July and August. We can go from like an average of like $150 a month to going over $300 a month when it comes to your AC costs and that type of thing. It also increases if you have a pool. Your pool is going to be running a lot more during the summer months, so that's going to increase your electric bill as well. When it comes to your water bill, you're going to potentially see an increase in that as well, depending on what's your landscape situation. Do you have grass? Are you running your pool? Do you have a lot of water, running? Because if you do have a lot of things to water, especially if you have grass here in Arizona, you're going to be having a significant extra cost in your water. Ours goes from about 120 to about 220 a month, again, during those summer months, to kind of give you an idea. We don't have any crazy landscape situation going on in our yard. And maybe some of you are like, hey, just go desert landscaping, save water. If you want to go that direction, totally understand that. That makes sense. But a lot of us, if you're living in central Phoenix and certain parts of Scottsdale, that type of thing, you might have some grass. And I just want you to be prepared for that going forward. So number one, utilities. All right, reason number two on my list, this is another big one when it comes to additional costs. And that is, the summer heat and the exposure to the sun out here causes a ton of damage to anything that sits outdoors. So, when I think about that, I think about like all your patio furniture you have outside, stuff that you keep out in your yard on a regular basis. If you got like pool toys, that type of thing, you either have to buy really expensive furniture that can handle the summer heat and the summer sun. So you buy the commercial grade quality stuff that can handle the heat, or you are paying for covers to kind of block the exposure from the sun, that type of thing. If you're buying anything that's not like really high grade, the summer sun and the summer heat's going to eat that stuff up very quickly and cause damage to it. And so it's just going to be an additional cost to you, especially when I think about like pool toys and stuff like that we have. When it comes to, you leave that out just like a little bit during the summer, you pretty much just have to recycle those, throw them out, and get new stuff the next year. The sun really just causes some damage. So, obviously the smart thing to do is to cover things up, put them away, try to get them out of the sun exposure. Easier said than done. When you're out and enjoying yourself, you're probably going to leave a few things out every now and then. The other thing is plants and trees and stuff like that. There's certain things that are going to handle the sun better, but if you're trying to plant other things, the sun will eat them up quickly. So if you're trying to, grow flowers, or if you trying to start a garden, that type of thing, you need to know what things can handle the sun. Otherwise, you're going to be throwing money away on planting stuff too. So a lot of extra cost when it comes to that summer heat and that sun exposure just eating things up. So be prepared for that. All right, reason number 3 on my list, and this is a big one for me. This is a reason why my wife and I constantly are having talks about, like, hey, is for long term for us with our family situation, with having 2 little girls. I've got a 3-year-old and a 3-month-old now, and this becomes a big challenge for us during the summer, and that's just getting outside to do anything is brutal. I mean, you think about our summers, and there's things to try to do, but like just going outside, and we have a pool, but just to go outside and during the middle of the day when you got the sun exposure coming in, I mean, it's just nasty out there, especially like where we're at right now in July, and just having to go out and deal with the high heat, a little bit of the humidity that we're dealing with right now. And we don't get the crazy humidity, but we do get a little bit of humidity when those monsoon storms come in. So when you've got 110 degrees plus about 20 to 30% humidity, that's not a good combination. It's not fun to be outside, and you don't want to take your little ones outside. I mean, we used to be able to just be like, hey, let's go jump in the pool, get the cooler full of beers and hang out, turn the music on. I could deal with the summer heat then, but when you got your kiddos out there and you're like, hey, we can't go to the park today. We got to wait till, after the sun goes down to get in the pool just to enjoy it. There's just not a whole lot of things to do unless you want to go out and spend money to take your kids to places that are air conditioned, that type of thing. So that can be kind of brutal, just kind of getting outside during the summer, dealing with that heat here, having the family things to do can be a little bit challenging. All right, reason number 4 on my list. We talked about this a little bit in the last one, and that is monsoon season. So monsoon season here in Phoenix actually, has a lot of positive qualities. I think a lot of people like the monsoons when they come in during the summer. It kind of breaks up a little bit of the monotony, just straight up summer sun and heat, and gives us a little bit of something to look forward to when it comes to like storms coming in, especially with the lightning storms. We get some amazing lightning storms, and they're beautiful, and just having a little bit of rain come in, that type of thing. So there's a lot of positives that come along with monsoon season, but at the same time, they can bring in a lot of mess, and they can bring in a lot of potential damage because these storms are strong, and when they roll in, they're going to hit you hard in a lot of places. So, for us, like what we've had to deal with, especially over the last couple of weeks when it comes to monsoon season, is all the ton of wind that you get that, number one, just blows a ton of debris into your pool. So if you have a pool during monsoon season, chances are it's going to turn into a mess. That's going to cause, a lot of extra time cleaning it, potentially a lot of extra costs when it comes to making sure that it doesn't turn green, and just all the extra steps that you need to take when it comes to, getting your pool back to normal, cleaning it out, shocking the pool. So you might have to invest more time or more money into cleaning it out. It can cause a big mess in your yard. You're going to have just a kind of a mess after a monsoon blows in. And that's if you're lucky, because a lot of people out here, things on the news all the time of like these microbursts that come in through the monsoon season that completely can knock down trees and, can tear a house apart. We've seen some situations where if you've got like a mobile home type of situation, that thing can be gone in an instant during some of these monsoon seasons. So it can rip the roofs off of houses. They can cause a lot of damage quick. So you got to be prepared for those. So as much as it can be fun to have a monsoon roll in and have those different storms roll in, they can cause a little bit of damage as well. Most likely something minor like what we have to deal with our pool and that type of thing. But just make sure you're prepared for additional time or costs if needed. All right, reason number 5 on my list, I want to bring this up because this is something that can be dangerous, and that is when it comes to hiking here in Phoenix during the summer. A lot of people come out here, they make the trip, they hear about a lot of the cool hikes. We have a lot of great mountains to hike that have amazing views. People want to go out there and take advantage of that. So that can be fun, but during the summer, that can be dangerous and can be life-threatening as well. So thankfully, a lot of the mountains out here, they're starting to close them down after certain times during the day. You can't get up on the mountain after 10 a.m. during the day just because of the extreme heat. It's just dangerous. So we've had some situations where people get out there. If you're on the mountain and you're in that sun exposure, you might not know where you're going, and you're out there too long and you're not prepared. You don't have your phone, you don't have water with you. That's extremely dangerous, and there's a lot of money spent on sending up helicopters to try to save people. Especially here around Phoenix, they're trying to prevent some of those things from happening to people and trying to help people stay off the mountain when they don't need to. So, but if you're a person that wants to get out there and try to do that, you need to be prepared for that, or you just need to avoid it altogether during the summer. Just not put yourself at risk in any way. So again, there are a lot of great hikes to go out and explore and enjoy here in Phoenix. But if you're here during the summer, avoid them during the day. Try to avoid the extreme exposure to the sun. Try to get out early, get up in the morning early, beat the heat, and have a positive time with it. All right, so reason number 6 on my list. This is a tough one for me to talk about, but I think it's critical for you to know, and it's something that you always have to be mindful of, especially during the summer heat in Arizona, and that's the danger to, not only yourself, kind of like we talked about last time when you go out and hike, but also if you've got kids, if you've got pets. The extreme heat can be unforgiving, and we see too many tragedies every day here in Phoenix when it comes to whether it's your kids or pets left in cars. That's just a unfathomable situation for a lot of people, but unfortunately it happens. And you also see the same thing when it comes to leaving your kids around water, when it comes to like swimming pools and that type of thing. There's just too many tragedies that we see here on a daily basis in Phoenix that come from what we have to deal with during the summer heat, just the heat in general, or when it comes to just being around pools during this time of year because people are trying to beat the heat. So be mindful of that. Nobody wants to go through that experience, obviously, and it's just part of what we hear about on the news through daily life here in Phoenix. Again, hard to talk about, but be extremely mindful of it when you're making a move here. All right, guys, enough of the dangerous stuff. That's enough for me. Let's talk about just kind of annoying stuff. So number 7 on my list, I have no hot water. When I say no hot water, I mean you turn on your cold tap, and at least at our house, we turn on the cold tap during the day during the summer. It's like boiling water coming out of your tap for 5 minutes before like cold water starts to cycle through. It might just because we have an old house. I don't know that. Maybe our piping is laid in a different way, but I talk to other people about this too, and other people have to deal with it. So it might be case by case depending on your house and where your piping is laid in the house. But when we try to turn on the cold water in the summer, we don't get any. And that's, again, it's just kind of an annoyance. It's something that bugs me, so I felt like I'd pass it along to you. That's number 7 on my list. Reason number 8. And again, not a too big a deal. This gets into the just complaining for fun for whatever reason. and that is your pool gets too hot during the summer. So you go to cool off in your pool, and then all of a sudden it's been so hot outside during the summer months that when you jump in, you pretty much have like bath water, and it's not refreshing. So that can be, especially if you've got just kind of a small play pool, those things heat up quick. And you get into it, it's like, hey, it's hot outside. I want to go cool off. Let's go jump in the pool. That's a no-go. So, I mean, it's great if you wake up early in the morning, you get up at 5 in the morning, and you got a little bit, I mean, it's not going to be cool outside, but you can kind of just, you have that little breeze, and you can get in your pool. So if you get in early in the morning or late at night after the sun's down, that pool water actually can feel a little bit refreshing. But during the day, not so much. All right, reason number 9 on my list. Again, just kind of an annoyance thing, not a super big deal. I had to come up with 10 reasons, so this is one of them, and that is bugs. When it comes to the summers in Arizona, it gets so hot that you start seeing some bugs start to come into your house that you typically don't see. We finally, after a few years, and my wife complaining to me so much, we finally started getting pest control because, especially during the summer months, where we're at around Central Phoenix, you start getting the cockroaches come into your house. They're just nasty things that come in. You start seeing crickets come in between, just crickets and cockroaches in general. Again, nothing is going to harm anybody. They're just annoying and nasty to look at, especially the cockroaches and stuff like that. But those start kind of wandering into your house. If you have anybody who is not into seeing that kind of wandering around your floors, then the summer months might bug you on that. No pun intended there. But so something to be aware of. Again, if you start getting pest control, that can help a little bit, trying to make sure that you can block your perimeter. Then you won't see live ones. You'll just see dead ones in your house then at that point. But something to prepare for. Number 9 on my list is the bugs. All right, it's funny. I wrote this list down, so I get to number 10, and I mean, you make these lists, and again, these are important for everybody to know. But after a certain period of time, when you're talking about it to yourself, you just kind of start feeling like you're nitpicking, especially when you go through some of the stuff that's a lot more critical, like some of the danger stuff. So I had written down like hot cars, like when you park your car outside and you have to get in your car, it could burn you, or you just can't breathe. Again, something to consider, but not too big a negative. So why don't we do this? Let's talk about the things, kind of the silver linings that maybe you get during the summer, because with all the negatives that you get during the summer, there's a few things that I think that can be positive during the summer months here that you might not consider as well. So let's go through those. Like, one of the things that I put on my list is it seems like there's no traffic at all. Like, you're going out on the roads like during the summer, and it seems like half the people that were here during like January, February, and March, and it's like everybody's gone. So even though you have the summer months, like it's wide open on the roads, it seems like everybody's out of town or gone or left or wherever. And so you got no traffic. So that's reason number 1. That's kind of a positive silver lining. Number 2, it's great here during the summer for anybody who wants to get up early. So you get out. I mean, I'm up at like 4 in the morning these days, half the time, like getting up, and whether it's to try to, plan for stuff, work on things, go work out, go clean up the yard, that type of thing. There's, if you're an early riser and you like to get up before the sun comes up, it's a great place to be during the summer if you like to get up early. So that's something that I think about when it comes to some of the positives of the summer. I wrote down like staycation rates are pretty good here. So when everybody gone, there's a lot of amazing resorts in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. So if you want to just get away with the family and just kind of do something fun, doing a staycation is always a good idea. We've definitely done this a couple times. There's a lot of fun places that you can go have, fun little pool parks, slides, fun things for both kids and adults for you to go enjoy, get a night out, just kind of get a different change of pace. If you want to save money and not go travel somewhere, sometimes the staycations can be pretty nice as well. And then one other thing to think about, which is always good about Arizona when it comes to dealing with the summers, is our ability to drive just a couple hours away and get up into northern Arizona and have a little bit cooler temps, get up into the pine trees, get up into the mountains a little bit. So if you want to, if you just need a break, I mean, half the time, you just kind of need a break away from the heat. You need to get up out of town and just do that. Arizona allows you to not have to travel too far and just go cool off. Actually, we're getting ready to head out tomorrow. We're going to go up to Strawberry and spend a few days up there. It's going to be in like the highs in like the high 70s and lows in the 60s. And it's July right now, so we're looking forward to that. So some things you can do to kind of get out of the way or get away from the heat. All right, guys, hopefully that list was helpful to you. Again, our goal is not to try to talk anybody out of moving here. We just want to make sure that you are prepared, especially when it comes to the summer heat, on what you're going to have to deal with, any extra costs involved, and any of the other factors that go along with that. If you are making a move here, our goal is to help guide you in the right direction. We've got a ton of videos that will help kind of guide you in the right direction when it comes to pros, cons, cost of living, and all the neighborhoods when it comes to trying to figure out what area might be best for you. So make sure to check out our other content. We've got plenty of videos where we're out in the neighborhoods kind of showcasing what it looks like. So if you're trying to figure out the best place to live, that is what our channel is here for. So make sure to check those videos out. Make sure to leave a comment down below if you think we missed anything. If you think there's anything that might be important to you, definitely let us know in the comments. And then reach out to us. We'll leave our contact info on screen. We're here to help guide you in the right direction. And we want to talk to you directly. We talk to a bunch of people. We've got people reaching out to us on a daily basis. And we love helping people when it comes to making the right decisions on whether moving to Phoenix is going to be the right fit for you and where you potentially might land if you're going to be out here. So give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email. We got your back. And until the next video, we'll catch you later.